Welcome to Front Row. Top news in the Virgin Islands is told only by JTV. On the front row today, the Virgin Islands party accused of wrongs in the Water and Sewage Department. NDP after Perlin Scatliff Leonard, while on the other hand, they have secured Coy Levens, who is predicted to create an upset in District 9. You will also hear of the three that takes the Virgin Islands party into the elections with a full slate. Also hear of the school that took the championship trophy of this year's inter-secondary school debating competition. We have all the details when we return.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
Welcome back for the news in detail. Just over 2 hours after April 24, 2023 was announced as the day electorates will head to the polls to vote a new government to sit over the management of the Virgin Islands, campaigning strengthened.
From now till the 24th, it is a sprint. Please support Pearline in the 7th district. Please tell everybody to support Honorable Malcolm Penn in the 8th district. And please, I beg you, give me a vote, all of you. Whether you're in the PVIM or VIP, I want your vote, please. Everybody in Eastern Island, vote for me. I am on my way to the next House of Assembly. And I will work my butt off to make this country great.
It was a night saturated with fearless pleas to the people of District 7 to vote them into the next House of Assembly. But parallel to lobbying the votes of electorates, Dr. Kedrick D. Pickering has said,
I don't mind Pearline running with an independent. Pearline can work with me. I can ring her arm a little bit, see if she could join the NDP, but she ain't coming yet. But no matter what happened, Pearline with me and I with Pearline.
I just want to thank Dr. Pickering for believing in me and for endorsing me this evening. And I can assure you and District 7 that I'm going to make you proud.
Dr. Pickering is currently running on the NDP ticket as an at-large candidate, while Scatliff Leonard has launched her campaign as an independent candidate contesting District 7 seat. The two resides in the District 7, where they are members of the same church and are very good friends. On March 15, together, they presented themselves to the people of Longlook on the same stage campaigning.
The 20 years that I spent in the House of Assembly, I have gathered tremendous amount of knowledge, and there's no question about my experience and where I stand in the knowledge base with respect to where this country is at. I have been involved in all the major pieces of legislation that this country have passed over the last 20 years, all of them. My voice was one of the loudest voices in the House of Assembly. I stood up and I debated, and those of you who have forgotten, between 2007 and 2011, Dr. Smith and I were the only two members of the opposition under the banner of the National Democratic Party. And we stood up and we fight like two stalwarts. We held our ground. And we did what was right, and when the election was held in 2011, the National Democratic Party was returned to power. And I'm back, and I've rejoined the National Democratic Party, and I'm going to give it my all in all, so that we can return the National Democratic Party. Don't mind Pearline running with an independent. Pearline can work with me. I can ring her arm a little bit, see if she could join the NDP, but she ain't coming yet. But no matter what happened, Pearline with me and I with Pearline. And when you elect Pearline as the representative of the 7th district, and you, every one of you who registered in the 7th district, I'm begging you for your vote. I don't care whether you're VIP, NDP, PVIM, I don't care who you is. You know me and I know you. I'm begging every single person registered in the 7th district for your vote. Give me your vote, and I'm going back to the House of Assembly and do what needs to be done to turn this country around, because we had a good name under the National Democratic Party. This country was respected far and wide. The BVI was a brand that we could have been proud of. Our brand has taken a hit. Our brand has taken a hit. After the 28th of April, a lot of us were willing to hang our head, ready to hang our head, and can't to the people who say, hang our head in shame. But we have the opportunity right now to turn it around.
Hear me well, my experience, my knowledge, and my determination to see this district and all my people finally and truly elevated is what I offer you. Together, we will make the progress we wish to see. So I ask of you, lend me your support on election day. Vote for me, and I will hold up and help deliver unto you greater things that are promised for District 7. District 7 demands more. District 7 deserves more because we matter too. We pushing P. We are pushing for progress. We are pushing people. We are pushing for prosperity.
Now will Scatliff Leonard have a change of heart and join ranks with the National Democratic Party? Only time will tell. Former Director of Civil Aviation in the Ministry of Transportation, Works and Utilities, Mr. Coy Levens, is the latest to join the National Democratic Party list of candidates to contest the April 24, 2023 general elections here in the Virgin Islands. Levens will be contesting the District 9 seat, and according to persons on both Anegada and the Virgin Gorda, he is likely to be a choice above incumbents Honorables Vincent O. Whitley and Shireen Flax Charles. Both Whitley and Flax Charles were described as a dynamic duo during the campaign period for the 2019 general elections. Whitley campaigned for the district seat and Flax Charles for an at-large seat, both on the Virgin Islands party ticket. Once in government, the two were highly commended for once and for all getting the sister islands out of the stepchild status, with many of their age-old issues getting some level of attention, as they now had two legislators in the House of Assembly and further one in the cabinet of the Virgin Islands. It's no secret the two had hair-pulling issues among themselves throughout the term, but are applauded for keeping the interests of the people of the district their main priority. Fast forward to today, as the territory heads into the April 24, 2023 general elections, the two are contesting on different party tickets. Honorable Flax Charles has left the Virgin Islands Party and joined ranks with the Progressive Virgin Islands movement. Now both are contesting the District 9 seat. Residents of the district say they were in a difficult place, as they have great respect and love for both individuals and found themselves in a rock and a hard place in deciding who of the two to give their vote. But many felt that someone was going to come out of the shades and create an upset. When word got around that Levens has answered the call to enter the race, flags start flying, and residents of both Anegada and Virgin Gorda are saying Levens may just be the one for the seat. The people's choice will be known when the results are in, after the ballots are cast on April 24, 2023. In other political party news, the Virgin Islands Party is heading into the elections with a full slate of candidates. Retired principal of the Altius Catliff Primary School, Marita Flax Headley, his last known position, political advisor in the office of the Premier, Kevin O.J. Smith, and the business development manager of the Cyril B. Ramney Tartola Pier Park, Zoe J. Walcott, were ratified on March 15, 2023 to run for office. In a press release, the Virgin Islands Party says Flax Headley will be contesting the District 2 seat, Smith the District 3 seat, and Walcott a territorial at-large seat. The Virgin Islands Party, the first to come out with a full list of 13 candidates to contest the elections this year. What's left to be seen is if any other party will come forward with a full slate for the elections this time around. A former Water and Sewage Department consultant, Clement A. Donovan, also known as Bone Crusher and as Tony, had a story to tell at the Sticket on March 15, 2023, one that compliments the NDP for making some level of progress with water and sewage between 2015 and 2018.
I can tell you that the NDP administration did make some progress with Water and Sewage Department, Mr. Mark Vanderpool and his ministry.
But he accused the Virgin Islands administration of 2019 for wronging rights.
But this new ministry that took office, they turned the whole place bottom up. And when I tell you bottom up, bottom up. If you look at polling evaluations, I believe they're done at the post office, down the street, someplace on the road. Go and look at her evaluations. Everything is A plus. So I just want to say that the idea that Pauline is to be blamed for water and sewage is far from the truth. is far from the truth. And one of the reasons why I decided to join Pauline's campaign is to make sure I can explain the public about water and sewage. Now, you have heard the government spoke about arrears. In 2013, Pauline asked to have a field audit carried out in the field because she wanted to get an idea of what was happening in the field. When Pauline get the audit report of the field, she was shocked to see the damage in the field. We had about $16 million in arrears at the time. Pauline came to my office. She said, look, I have a plan. I need to separate government arrears, that means for government buildings and offices, from the total. Government total was about $5 million. She said, okay, we're going to look at commercial, domestic, and residential. That was about $11,000. We came up with a plan to collect this money. And Pauline said we're going to do targeting. Now I know what targeting is. Targeting means we're going to go through the accounts and we're going to target the big ones. We were able to collect $1 million from Wajingala and about $2 million from Tatola Arong. After Hurricane Irma hit and we went back into office, the arrears had skyrocketed to $20 million. And we wanted to know what happened. We couldn't figure out what happened. I thought the computer had got a glitch. Pauline said, well, she used to call me Mr. Donovan. You is a consultant, you got to find out what happened here. After looking carefully into the report, I realized that after the hurricane, the ministry set up some renegade water and sewage. Them opened back up everybody. Everybody who were caught from 1919, way back. And all the arrears come forward. Then we didn't know who all them opened. Up to now, we don't know because they didn't have any log. So here we was with this amount of arrears and don't know how to get it back down. When we left the department, the arrears were probably $22 million because nobody knew how to get it down. We tried to do a cutoff, a disconnection. These are facts. When we announced the disconnection date, we received a call from the ministry. They didn't call the director. They called the accountants. And they stopped the disconnection. I went to the director. I said, Director, what happened here? She said, what happened? I said, the ministry shut down the disconnection. The director then, she loved to write. She wrote a letter to the ministry and telling them have to follow the guidelines, financial regulations. That's the word she used there. Then them kind of back up. But you know what the problem is with the disconnection? What I find is that you have some big names or big money, including politicians. And once we target them, we up a tree. They come shooting from all angles from the ministry. We intend to change that practice. Yes. When Pauline is elected, we are going to fix water and shoot one for all. They're going to come here and tell you all kind of stories. But none of them know about water and sewage because they don't want to know. You have government officials running for office, owe water and sewage thousands of dollars. And once you disconnect them, they call you and tell you put them back on immediately. That the director, she throw up her hand and say hallelujah.
Donovan was the moderator for the joint public meeting of District 7 independent candidate Pearline Scatliff Leonard and an at-large candidate on the NDP ticket, Dr. Kedrick D. Pickering. They were head-to-head at the finals of the intersecondary school debating competition, the Moot Education without the inclusion of liberal arts is a threat to humanity. The proposition, Claudia Cricky Educational Center.
Mark Bertolini, CEO of Atna Inc., in an interview with the Wall Street Journal dated 10th June 2013, said the following: "I've seen many brilliant engineers fail in their ability to communicate or commercialize an idea because they can't relate to people. Liberal arts education provides skills needed to function in the workplace. Social cohesion is a basic requirement of healthy communities. A new report published by the nonprofit We Making 2021, How the Arts Unite People, shows that the arts strengthens social cohesion through the removal of the barriers that hinder mutual understanding and communication by creating different channels for us to attain better understanding of each other."
The former CEO of Apple, in a launch presentation in 2009, said the following: "It's in Apple's DNA that technology alone is not enough. It's technology married with liberal arts that yields the results. In this fast-paced, technologically driven world, creativity, critical thinking, and effective communication are still skills needed to function and solve problems in society." According to the president of Lingan University, Professor Leonard K. Cheng, 2020, liberal arts education is an approach to whole person development and provides skills that are needed for the 21st century. He opines these skills are the 4 C's: critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration.
The opposition, Elmo Stout High School.
Mr. Moderator, esteemed judges, receptive audience, worthy opponents, the most progressive, developed nations on earth have recognized the necessity of expanding investment in the sciences and are reaping the economic and cultural benefits that come with it. Yet, the forces of innovation and progress are resisted by those who are fearful. They are slowed by a conservatism that portrays the departure from traditional as a threat to humanity.
Mr. Moderator, the liberal arts are about expression and interpretation. They enrich our lives and indeed our education system with an aesthetic that is usually fostered and developed in our early years. In fact, appreciation of the artistic is rarely created in typical educational settings, but are generally a result of our home environment and our upbringing.
And while they can enrich the human experience to a certain extent, the liberal arts are not as relevant nor as practical as our worthy opponents would have you believe.
Mr. Moderator, STEM has been deemed outdated because educators realized that it is not a holistic approach to education. We cannot just have STEM alone. As my second speaker has said, it must be married with liberal arts, which will then result in the birth of STEAM.
And at the end, Claudia Cricky Educational Center will judge the winners. There was also the impromptu speech competition won by Trinity Letsam of St. George's Secondary School.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the world becomes more technologically advanced, social media becomes a more prominent and increasing factor in our lives, thus presenting the opportunity for teenagers to partake in antisocial behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, it is such behavior that is performed on the online world through cyberbullying and online harassment that it has become increasingly worrying as the days go by.
Minister for Education, Youth Affairs and Sports, Honorable Shari B.D. Castro, was on hand to compliment the participants.
I want to recognize the debaters because truly I believe that you would have impacted for the public the reality and really given them information so that they could understand exactly what we mean when we say full steam ahead.
Garcia Johnson of Claudia Cricky Educational Center was judged the overall best speaker this year. What's on Digital Sports Calendar for this week? Dean the Sportsman Greenaway.
This is the Digital Sportsmax Sports Calendar. I'm Dean the Sportsman Greenaway, Digital Brand Ambassador. You know sports is my forte. Let me tell you everything that they tell me is going on this weekend. Pre-primary school sports will take center stage today at the A.O. Shirley Recreation Grounds. Tomorrow, action will take place in the Jahphix Educational Center Pre-Sports Day event at the Valley Virgin Gorda. Events will include a 600 meters for junior boys and girls, intermediate boys and girls 800 meters, and senior girls 1,000 meters. The late for school open boys and girls, lime and spoon open boys and girls, and tug-of-war between the various houses and staff tug-of-war will end the competition. Monday will be Brigada Flags Primary Sports, Robinson O'Neill on Thursday, VIST on Friday, and the BFEC Secondary on March 28th. Inter-primary will be on March 29th and 31st. And coming up in the BVI Football Association League, just 3 games in the BVI Football Association National Men's League this weekend, all on Tortola. The men's national team will take on Islanders at 7:30 p.m. on Friday. On Saturday at 6:30 p.m., it's Old Madrid and Panthers, while on Sunday at 5:30 p.m., it's One Love and Positive. 9 games will bring the curtains down on the first round of the Virgin Islands Volleyball Association Power League. Action begins on Saturday at 4 p.m. with a junior game, followed by another junior game at 5 p.m. At 6:30, it's Phoenix Blue and the Hawks in a women's game. At 7:30, it's Guns versus Hawks in a men's game. Action resumes at 3 p.m. on Sunday with a junior division game, followed by another junior division game at 4 p.m. At 5, it's the Stingrays and Who's Next in a women's game. 6:30, Take a Hit versus Phoenix Red in another women's game. And at 7:30, Phoenix and Dream Team in a men's game. And coming up in BVI Cricket Association play, action continues in the BVI Cricket Association 2020 League in Greenland on Sunday with Grenada facing the Vikings at 10 a.m. At 2 p.m., it will be Vinci and Royal Knights. The BVI will face Puerto Rico at 3 p.m. on Thursday in the Nations Cup League match at the A.O. Shirley grounds. Admission is $10 and tickets can be obtained at the BVI Football Association offices in Greenland, 284 Media, opposite the Rotang Fire Station, Hazim's Beauty Supply, and Mr. Nice Guy on Virgin Gorda. That's the Digicel Sports Max Sports Calendar. I'm Brand Ambassador Dean, the Sportsman Greenaway. You want to get something you are doing covered in sports? Hit me up at 340-3545.
That will do it for this edition of Front Row. Top news in the Virgin Islands is told only by JTV. Remember to follow us as well on JTV channel 55 on Facebook and on YouTube at Jahphix Television JTV. I'm Kathy Richards. Thank you so much for joining us for Front Row.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.